Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. My number 5 is a game called Crimson Dragon on the Xbox One. This is a download-only game, and it's a spiritual. It's a Panzer Dragoon sequel that was originally supposed to be on Xbox 360, and it was originally, I think, supposed to be Kinect only.
Is it not Kinect only anymore?
Kinect. It doesn't utilise Kinect. You can go through the menus using voice commands, but you don't use Kinect. You use the control pad. With regards to, I mean, if it was a 360 game, you'd be relieved if they axed Kinect support. But I was kind of curious because the new Kinect is so good. I kind of would like to have seen what this was like with the new Kinect.
Yeah.
But it still looks like an Xbox 360 game. It's not a good-looking game in the slightest, and there's all sorts of things wrong with it. I mean, if everyone knows that Panzer Dragoons are sort of on rails, shoot 'em up, where you're sort of riding around. You're not riding on dragons, there, are they? On the Panzer Dragoons, there's
I thought you were a dragon.
Are you I haven't played those games in such a long time.
Yeah, me neither. I'm pretty sure you are a dragon.
I can't remember whether you're a dragon or some sort. Anyway, whatever. On this, you're riding a dragon around. But like I said, there's so many things wrong with it. I'm not quite sure where to begin. It's got the most obnoxious camera in any game I think I've ever played because it almost does feints and bluffs on you. Because you're flying around this environment and you have very limited control over your dragon. The right thumbstick is the target rescue and the left thumbstick is the dragon, but it moves so sluggishly that you just think, why have I been given this control when I can barely move? But what it'll do, the camera will whip round and it will show you like some collectibles, and you move your fucking dragon into the corner of the screen, ready to collect these collectibles, and then it'll whip somewhere else, and then you'll be shooting at stuff. And it's just like, why are you winding me up? I mean, it's one of those games that you should be able to race through and then go through again because you enjoyed doing it, rather than learn everything and It doesn't warrant the investment of time that it's asking for, and it also just does things like at one point there's enemies in front of you and there's enemies behind you, and then you start shooting enemies at the back, and then you just start hitting rocks because you can't see where you're going. There's this wingman system which kind of alleviates the problem a little bit because you can press up on the D-pad and send another dragon, and he'll shoot guys in front, and then you press back and they'll shoot the guys behind you. Blah blah blah. But it's just kind of, there's loads of slowdown for a game like this. It doesn't look particularly nice at all. Almost all of the enemy projectiles are lock-on, so there's a barrel roll move using the bumpers. So say you've got some bullets coming towards you, you barrel roll to the left, and then they'll follow you. So you have to barrel roll to the right. And when there's loads of enemies on the screen, you're just hitting the barrel roll button over and over and over and over again, which doesn't feel particularly good. It doesn't look particularly good, and it's no fun. It's just a really, really ho-hum game that barely works. The story is insane. I mean, I don't know why there's a story. There's a story involving, apparently there's a virus. You go to this planet because all of these animals on this planet have a virus, so you have to wipe them out. And it's so misjudged because all these indigenous creatures tend to look like rare birds and dolphins and stuff, and almost always they're just trying to get away from you while you're shooting them. So that just feels weird. And then there's this one bit I remember when you kill a boss, and then your woman comes, your boss comes over the your what do you call her?
The fucking the woman that speaks in your ear and tells you what to do.
The woman tells you what to do. She's like, oh god, I don't know why these guys are so aggressive. Why did he attack like that? It must be because of changes in his habitat. And I was like, changes in his habitat? The human race has come down to just completely decimate everything on this planet, and I think he has earned the right to be a little bit pissed off. Doesn't make any,
it's just got a bit hot.
Yeah, it's just, honestly, I don't know what's wrong with him. They try to, these human beings are genocidal, but they try to make them sound conscientious as well. But there's all this stuff about this virus, and it appears to not be contagious, and like, why are they wiping out these animals? And then there's these brief cutscenes where this guy talks about losing his parents, and then there's this brief hint about this corporation called, I can't even remember what, and I just felt like saying, guys, you don't want to tell this story, and we don't want to have to fucking listen to it. Why does it have to be? Is this some sort of box they have to tick? Do publishers insist that they have a narrative? I don't understand, because there's nothing about this game, nothing about an on-rail shooter that needs a story about a fucking virus that doesn't even make any sense. It's meant. Oh, it's mad. I don't know. And then this thing this virus is, even if it was contagious, you have to kill these beasts, and then you have to take the antibodies that come from killing them, and then feed
It's making me feel sick just listening to this story.
You feed these antibodies to your dragons, and then you can stat them up and stuff. Anyway, it's rubbish. It's of no interest. It's nothing. It's a quintessential launch game. It's rubbish. Don't even bother. And there's microtransactions in it. You die.
Of course there fucking is.
You die a few times, and then it's like, would you like to buy a revival gem? And you're like, yeah. Apparently there's 3-player co-op coming via a DLC at some point, but not even that will be able to salvage it. I'm sure it's rubbish. I mean, it's